to you, our viewers, and welcome to the Saturday Report. My name is Chemutai Kirui, and my director tonight is Lucas Oma. Now, welcome to the highlights tonight, whereby Kenya's leadership and governance came under the spotlight today as President William Ruto launched new development projects in Ijara, while youth CS Salim Mvurya cautioned Kenyan young people against political manipulation ahead of the 2027 general elections. And also, Jubilee presidential candidate Fred Matiang'i sharply criticized the government over misuse of public resources in the recent by-elections, even as GEM Member of Parliament Elisha Odhiambo urged an end to the growing political intolerance in Luo Nyanza today. Now, this and more on the Saturday Report with Chemutai Kirui and tonight. And welcome to our first story. Now, President William Ruto today embarked on a development-focused tour of Ijara constituency in Garissa County, launching and inspecting a series of government projects aimed at boosting growth in the region. During the visit, the president officially opened and laid the foundation stone for the second phase of Yusuf Haji Girls Secondary School, reaffirming the government's commitment to ensuring that no community is left behind in Kenya's development journey. Now, Ruto emphasized that the future of the country's agricultural transformation will depend heavily on frontier regions like Ijara, where untapped potential remains vast.
Hatua kwa hatua, Mheshimiwa Rais atakuwa akiweka jiwe la msingi kufungua awamu ya pili ya shule hii, ikiwa ni pamoja na laboratories, na kwa utaratibu sasa Mheshimiwa Rais anawekelea jiwe la msingi. Naomba tafadhali tumpe makofi mazuri wakati ambapo anaweka jiwe hili kuanzishwa rasmi kwa ujenzi wa awamu ya pili ya shule hii.
Welcome, Your Excellency. G+3. Initially, we had hoped for G+9 to contain 376 social and affordable units, but now due to ground conditions, we reduced to G+3, but redistributed to 8 blocks. Yes.
Wakati Mheshimiwa Rais anafungua bamba, naomba tafadhali tumpe makofi mazuri.
Mimi nataka niwahakikishie ya kwamba hakuna sehemu ya Kenya itawachwa nyuma katika maendeleo ambayo tunaendesha, ya barabara, ya stima, affordable housing, ya masoko na ile kazi yote ambayo tuko nayo. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka niwaeleze watu wa sehemu hii. Nyuma pale ilisemekana this is a low potential area. But I want to assure you, in the program that we have, in the development of water harvesting and storage infrastructure that I have committed myself to. And I am very clear that the 50 mega dams, there are 1,000 other dams that we are going to build is for purposes of harvesting water, storing water, and turning the northern Kenya from a low potential area to a high potential area. Dam kubwa ambayo tutajenga hapa inaitwa High Grand Falls Dam, ndio italeta maji Garissa County.
Meanwhile, Youth Affairs Cabinet Secretary Salim Mvurya has called on young people across the country to seize meaningful development opportunities and to reject politicians who attempt to exploit them for violence, especially as the nation prepares for the 2027 general elections. Speaking at a youth empowerment event, Mvurya, alongside speakers from the Mount Kenya University and the Global Peace Foundation, encouraged beneficiaries of a one-year leadership program to put their newly gained skills into practice in order to uplift their communities and contribute to a more peaceful and productive political environment in the country.
People don't have a plan. when they don't have an idea, they find something that can be dramatic. Unfortunately, that drama sometimes is on tribalism and ethnicity. It is upon the youth also to be very careful, because within this kind of environment, we also have few people whose dreams, whether political or economic, have gone down, and they want to use the youth to inspire their careers. The youth, I want to tell you, even if you wanted to be a politician, you go to politics with a track record, not through violence. Some of the people who engage our youth on incite them to violence, they have already arrived at their destination. They have achieved something in life. Young people, you haven't achieved your dream. Please be very careful so that the people who have had shattered dreams do not use you to resuscitate their political or any other dream. Look at your potential, look at the opportunities, so that your potential can be a reality. But you will only achieve this if you are focused, if you are strategic, and you also shun violence.
And former Interior Cabinet Secretary and Jubilee presidential flag bearer Fred Matiang'i has issued a fiery critique of President William Ruto's administration following the recently concluded by-elections, warning that the country is heading in the wrong direction. Addressing residents in Embu, Matiang'i accused the government officials and allies of gross misuse of public resources, including the deployment of state helicopters for campaigning, and praised voters in Mbeere North for resisting political manipulation. He cautioned that the current political climate is unhealthy and risks inflicting long-term damage on the nation.
In this day and age, those of us who are here today in Kenya, in this generation, we now have our own challenge. There is something we must deliver during this generation. Yale mambo tumeona wiki hii ni ajabu. I'm telling you, ni ajabu. Acha sisi hiyo maneno senator amesema, ile vita tumepigana huko. Si watu wanazurura. Ward ni village mbili. Unaweza kutembea ward hivi mara 3 kwa siku moja. Watu wanaingia huko na mandege na kishindo na madoido na arrogance, kutoa pesa kujigamba, kusema sisi ndio serikali, hakuna kitu mtafanya. Na mambo kama hayo. The founders of this nation, the people who actually fought for the independence of this country, must be turning in their graves to see what we are seeing now. Unprecedented abuse of state power, an incredible misuse of public resources, an arrogance that has not been seen recently from government. Mimi nataka kuwashukuru wananchi wa Mbeere North. Niaba yangu na wale wenzangu ambao tuko katika upinzani, Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka, Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua, Mheshimiwa Martha Karua, Mheshimiwa Eugene Wamalwa, Mheshimiwa George Natembea, na wale wengine tunakaa nao pale viongozi, tuko pamoja. Mheshimiwa Justin Muturi ako hapa, Mheshimiwa Mithika Linturi wako hapa. Wananchi wa Mbeere North, be happy and proud of yourself. Mumepigana kwa ujasiri. You have resisted this arrogance. Na mmesimama imara kabisa. Na yale yote ambao tuliona huko Malaba. Mimi nawauliza wenzangu, sometimes I prefer to be very specific and polite in dealing with these issues. Power comes and goes. Ask me, I was Minister for Interior one time.
And still on matters politics, the JM Member of Parliament Elisha Odhiambo is calling for an end to rising political intolerance in Luo Nyanza, saying the hostility and divisions witnessed during the Kasipul by-elections threatened democratic freedoms. Speaking at a public forum, Odhiambo asked residents to allow voters to choose leaders without fear or intimidation, insisting that political competition must remain peaceful and respectful. He also appealed to political and religious leaders to moderate their public remarks, taking issue with Anglican Bishop Onginjo over statements claiming that Luo leaders were too eager to please President William Ruto.
Or to congratulate the President of the Republic of Kenya and the party leader of ODM for the victories that they won yesterday. They won Magarini. The Honorable Kombe is coming back. In Mbeere North, under UDA, the Honorable Madende is coming back. In Malava, David Indakwa is coming as a fresh MP. In Ugenya, Moses is coming as a fresh MP. And in Kasipul, Boyd is coming as a fresh MP. So I want to congratulate the President for proving to Wamunyoro that is still a super president of the Republic of Kenya. And that Wamunyoro is playing on Junior League, him is playing on Arsenal. Secondly, allow me to talk to our politicians. I saw in Kasipul the way the Honorable Kaluma was beaten. We should avoid political intolerance. It does not help, especially beating an MP who is elected and a party official. So we need to talk to people of Kasipul. The one in Kasipul requires prayers. Kasipul in Luo Nyanza requires us prayers. So we pray that political intolerance goes down so that we allow wananchi to vote the way they voted yesterday. And you can see the alarmist Gachagua, the tribalist Gachagua. If you have somebody uttering words that encourage intolerance, you see this country can burn. So all leaders should come out and fight political intolerance. And now that I'm in the pulpit, the Honorable David, one of your bishops, talked a bit carelessly. He said that Luo MPs and Luo leaders are celebrating only two positions. That of Wandai, CS Energy, that of Mbadi, CS Treasury, and that of Ray, PS, in charge of Interior. What he did not think and didn't talk about is the fact that Luos are nationalists. The President gave our leader, the late Honorable Raila, 5 positions. And Raila decided to give Luos only 2. So our bishops, when you are talking, please think globally. And think about the implication of what you are talking about.
Politics is about people, it's about interest, and it's about where you want to go. So I want to request all of us who are here today, whether you like him, you don't like him, you love him, you don't love him. I, David Ochieng, doesn't see today, after the death of our beloved leader Raila Amolo Odinga, how we'll move forward as a community without pulling back behind the tent, telling each other that, you know, we must talk to each other. We must plan. Now, let's work together. Let's plan ahead. As other communities plan ahead, let's also plan ahead. But for now, I would wish that we put our hopes and our plans with William Samoei Ruto. We work together.
Now switching to matters governance, the Commission on Administrative Justice is sounding the alarm over growing corruption and bribery in public offices, urging the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission and the Directorate of Criminal Investigations to take firm actions against implicated officers. Speaking in Kakamega County, Commission Chair Charles Dulo revealed that many residents are being forced to rely on brokers to access government services, with the Ministry of Lands emerging as one of the most affected departments. Dulo encouraged Kenyans to resist paying bribes and to promptly report corrupt officers to investigative agencies so that accountability can be enforced.
Tunaruhusiwa hata kuleta ile inaitwa anonymous complaint. Kama hataki kujulikana lakini watupatie evidence, tutafuatilia na department ya serikali, tuna DCI, tuna EACC na tunashika hao wale, tutanasa hao wanahitaji, wanauliza wananchi watoe hongo badala ya kufanyia kazi. So hiyo tukipata hiyo information, sisi tutafuata na ile department zingine zile inahitajika na tufanye kazi pamoja, ili ndio tuweze kutoa hiyo mambo ya hongo. Na wananchi pia wajue hakuna haja kulipa hongo kwa haki yako. Hiyo ni haki yako ya kudumiwa na wananchi na wafanyakazi wa serikali.
Huduma Center nilienda wakaverify search yangu, vile nilirudi land sikupewa search. Nikaambiwa ati shamba ilibadilishwa. Nikauliza kama ilibadilishwa muache nione land registrar. Wakakata.
Now, religious leaders and the Pentecostal Voices of Kenya are raising serious concerns over widespread electoral malpractice during the November 27th by-elections, citing cases of voter bribery, misuse of state machinery, interference with tallying, and even destruction of polling materials. Speaking collectively, the clergy urged the police, IEBC, and the National Cohesion and Integration Commission to take decisive action against perpetrators, warning that perceived leniency, especially towards politicians aligned with the government, could entrench impunity and also escalate political tensions. They also further praised IEBC Chair Erastus Edung Ethekon to acknowledge the failures and spearhead reforms that will restore credibility in future elections.
Is worrying, Abigail, of the turmoil we are likely to plunge into in 2027, when the stakes will be higher. We call upon all the concerned government agencies, including the police, Independent Electoral Commission boundaries, IEBC, and National Cohesion and Integration Commission, to be firm, impartial, proactive in discharging their functions.
Ikiwa vijana watachagua viongozi ambao ni viongozi wazuri, viongozi ambao ni vijana, ambao wanaelewa masuala ya vijana, viongozi ambao ni wa kujenga taifa, haya masuala ya kutokuwa na kazi haitakuwepo, kwa sababu viongozi ambao tunachagua ndio wataamua hatima ya nchi, ndio wataweza kupanga vile wana youth wanaweza pata kazi.
It is now 26 minutes into the hour, and the Saturday report is taking a commercial break. When we come back, we also have more for you, including the clinical officers in Machakos County who are threatening to down their tools, accusing the national government of failing to implement the 2024 collective bargaining agreement. This and more on the Saturday Wave with Chemutai Kirui after the break. body longs for. Human beings will spend their time online searching remedies for conditions challenging them. Some will go to medical facilities seeking medical help, while others will use herbal means to keep their health hazards. I am Chemutai Kirui, and every week on Afya Yetu, we open the doors for life-changing conversations from wellness and nutrition, preventing diseases, managing chronic illnesses, and even mental health. We bring expert advice, real-life stories, and practical solutions that touch every part of your life. Join me, Chemutai Kirui, on DZTV Africa Afya Yetu Health Show every Friday from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. and be part of the change.
Je, wajua kwamba mapishi si kazi tu ila ni sanaa? Njoo tujifunze mapishi mapya katika runinga ya Ndizi TV Africa. Hapa ndipo tunapika, tunajifunza, tunakula, tunasherehekea na kucheka kidogo. Ungana nami kila siku ya Jumanne kuanzia mida ya saa 2 usiku katika kipindi chetu cha Pishi Bora. Hapa ndipo tutakuwa tunapika vyakula mbalimbali ambavyo vitakuwa vinanukia kama vile mchuzi wa nyanya, tunapika kuku kitunguu, tunapika wet fry na vyakula vingi zaidi. Njoo tujifunze pamoja na tulete ubunifu jikoni katika kipindi chetu cha Pishi Bora. Ungana nami Ronelfa katika kipindi cha Pishi Bora, tulete ubunifu jikoni.
This festive season, treat yourself at Canal Park Hotel, just 5 kilometers from Kisii town off Kisii-Kilgoris Road. Enjoy luxury, comfort and a 10% discount on all accommodation services. Book now and celebrate in style. Canal Park Hotel, the pride of Kisii.
Je, wewe ni mmiliki wa aina ya gari aina ya Alto, Probox, Harrier, V8 na Lexus? Jipatie brake parts kwa bei nafuu hivi sasa. Vilevile oil filters kwa gari aina ya Toyota na vilevile Subaru. Ili upokee popote ulipo, piga simu kupitia nambari 0739318606. Mteja mpendwa, ni wakati sasa wa kujinyakulia aina ya flash disk kuanzia 8GB, 16GB na vilevile 32GB. Vilevile earphones, wireless headsets, unajipatia wireless microphones tofauti kwa bei nafuu. Yale ambayo unafaa kuyafanya hivi sasa ni kwamba unapiga simu kupitia nambari 0739318606. Yote unayapata kwa bei nafuu popote ulipo.
maisha ya kila siku, changamoto za kisheria sikosekani. Iwe ni haki zako kazini, masuala ya ndoa, mikataba mbalimbali, hata kwenye ardhi. Karibu kwenye Sheria na Jamii, kipindi kinachochambua masuala ya kisheria kwa undani zaidi. Hapa tutakuwa na wachambuzi wa sheria wa kusaidia wewe mpenzi mtazamaji kuelewa ni kipi kile sheria ya Kenya inasema.
Ni vizuri utumie sheria ambazo zimewekwa, the laws that are in place to help you control the properties even when you are dead.
Kwa mob justice, wale ambao wanahusika katika mob justice wanaweza kuletwa mbele ya mahakama na wakafunguliwa mashtaka. Either iwe ni a murder charge or a manslaughter charge.
Kila siku ya Jumapili kuanzia saa 2 hadi saa 3 usiku hapa ndani ya Ndizi TV Africa, nami Jeff Nyakundi. Sheria na Jamii, tukielewa sheria tunajenga jamii yenye haki.
Thank you for staying with Ndizi TV Africa, and thank you for keeping it the Saturday wave. My name is Chemutai Kirui, and of course welcome to our bulletin. Now moving on, clinical officers in Machakos County are threatening to down their toes, accusing the national government of failing to implement the 2024 collective bargaining agreement and the agreed return to work formula. The Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, led by Chairperson Peterson Wachira, says that promotions have stalled, universal health coverage staff have not been observed, and also deliberate delays are undermining healthcare services. Speaking at a delegates meeting, Wachira warned that the continued neglect of frontline medical workers has left UHC staff in a vulnerable position, pushing the union closer to industrial action.
That we have reached a point that the only other option we have is to go on a strike. And as the GS will be saying, in the next 21 days, if then this does not happen, all clinic officers across all the 47 counties and the national government, and all the referral hospitals, will be downing tools because our rights have been contravened.
Even the 21 days is a clear demonstration of our goodwill, that we love our people, we love our work, we want it to be done the way it is. We cannot be meeting our end of bargain, then the employer always continues tapping us on the back. Our clinical officers, as we talk here today, we have a strike going on in Marsabit, we have a strike going on in Mombasa.
Kwa hivyo kama serikali haitaki kuwe na interruption of the all service provision across the country, let them just sign that paper. We have already agreed everything. So chenye kimebaki ni kwao tu kuweka ile signature na waka Council of Governors ni kukumbaliana, because they are just going to duplicate chenye tumesha agree na national.
Elsewhere, Tanzania's Minister for Foreign Affairs Mahmoud Kombo is urging the European Parliament to reconsider its stance after the institution recommended suspension of development funding to Tanzania, citing concerns linked to unrest during the recent general elections. Kombo emphasized that Tanzania's position must be understood within the broader context of its political and social realities, and called for stronger diplomatic engagement rather than punitive measures. The minister reaffirmed Tanzania's commitment to maintaining constructive relations with the European Union as both sides navigate the latest diplomatic disagreement. And in our sports segment, beginning with the local sports, Tusker FC secured a narrow 1-0 victory against Mara Sugar in a SportPesa Premier League clash played this afternoon at the Awendo Stadium. Thomas Omol delivered the decisive goal, helping Tusker maintain momentum in their pursuit of better league standings. The tightly contested match showcased strong defensive play from both teams, but Tusker's clinical finish ultimately made the difference. And Kenya is once again set to host the 12th edition of the East Africa Classic Rally, with the event running from December 5th to 13th across 6 counties. More than 60 high-ranking rally drivers from over 75 countries are expected to participate in what is regarded as one of the most prestigious vintage motorsport events in the region. Organizers say preparations are high gear, with the rally promising thrilling competition, vibrant tourism activity, and a significant economic boost for host communities.
Has chosen a route, which is going to inspire much of our tourism products, and therefore the route that the East Africa Classic Rally will take this time round from the 5th to the 13th of December will run through 6 counties. They will begin in Diani in day 1. Then they drive off to Savo, Salt Lake in Taita Taveta, and then in Amboseli in Kajiado County, running through part of Makueni, part of Mombasa, part of Kilifi.
And that brings us to the end of our update this hour on the Saturday report. From politics and governance to regional diplomacy and sporting action, the stories shaping Kenya and the region continue to unfold, and we'll be here to keep you informed every step of the way. My name is Chemutai Kirui and my director has been Lucas Ouma. For now, thank you for watching DZTV Africa and the Saturday report. And from the entire team, have a great evening, stay safe and stay tuned for more news as it happens.